Today we're discussing YouTube, and we're discussing some YouTube myths and misconceptions. So YouTube is a bit of a mystery in many ways. There are all of these things like recommended videos, like your homepage, like the trending page, like the videos that you see, to the side when you're on videos, related videos, the search engine itself. YouTube doesn't give you like the full details of how every bit of this works, and so we're left to guess a lot of this. So we'll have to figure it out for ourselves. And this leads to a lot of people spouting information that is just plain incorrect, and that kind of being accepted as true because it seems like it would fit. Now on top of this, the YouTube algorithm is constantly evolving, which means that sometimes people do figure out something about the algorithm and they go on to tell everyone this, and everyone goes to tell everyone else about this, and it just becomes the accepted way that YouTube works, and then things change and people still assume it works that same way when it doesn't anymore. And this is also how a lot of the misconceptions about YouTube started. So let's get into a few of them. Number one is that likes are what rank a video. You see it all the time on all these big videos, people saying, spam that like button, hit the like button, we need to get to this many likes, whatever. But likes are actually mainly intended just as a metric to let the creator themselves know whether you like the video or not. Likes did in fact play a much bigger role in video ranking in the past, in, old forgotten days of YouTube, but at the minute, the main thing that determines whether a video does well is the view velocity and watch time velocity. So how fast new views are coming in and how fast that video is generating watch time over the site overall. If you've got 10,000 people all watching this hour-long video, then it's generating, 10,000 hours of watch time in a single hour, which is pretty big, and it might tell YouTube that this is a good video and that they need to start recommending it. There are certainly lots of other aspects involved, but that is the main one. Another one that I see talked about a lot is the whole homepage, the recommended videos that you see on your homepage. A lot of the time, if you go to that homepage, you'll notice that it starts to get a little bit messy. You'll notice that you have all of these recommendations for things that you don't really want to see. And this is something I see people complaining about all of the time, and kind of rightfully so, because, you do get a lot of recommendations for things that you don't want to see. But what I think a lot of people don't understand is that you can fine-tune this fairly well. It's not foolproof. You're still going to get some recommendations for things that you have zero interest in whatsoever. It's an algorithm. It's not a human. It can't tell for certain that you're going to like or dislike a video. But you can get your recommendation feed to be pretty spot on if you do a few things. So the first thing that you need to do, anytime that you see a video on your feed that you don't want to be recommended, you don't want to watch that, you have to tell it that you're not interested in watching that. But you have to go a little bit further. So you click the three little dots by the video, you tell it that you're not interested, but then you have to tell them why. There's a bit that says tell us why, and you have to select that. Otherwise what you're doing is basically useless. If you just tell it not interested, it basically just removes that one video from your feed, and it doesn't really adapt anything else. But if you tell it why, you go, tell us why, and then you say, I don't want any more recommendations based on, whatever video it shows you, then it's going to remove all of the references, all of the recommendations that it did based on that video. So that might be 10 things on your page as opposed to just one. And it's not just the 10 that you see there now as well. It's also the, 300 that it would recommend over the next, few months to you. So doing that will get rid of potentially hundreds of videos, whereas just saying not interested will only remove one. So that's the first step. When you're trying to clean up your recommendation feed, tell them that you're not interested and tell them why you're not interested and specify the reason. After you've done that, always refresh the page and see what recommendations have disappeared. You might find that you still have some similar recommendations. So let's say that for whatever reason, cooking videos have started appearing on your feed and you have zero interest in cooking. You click on the video, you said not interested, tell us why. You said you don't want recommendations based on, this Gordon Ramsay video that you watched like 6 months ago. You tell them that, and you refresh and there's still some cooking videos there. Well, it might be that there's another reason that it was also recommending you cooking videos. So select one of those, do the same process, and you might find there was another video that you watched that was somehow vaguely cooking related. and tell it why again, refresh, and repeat this as many times as necessary. You might have to do this a few times if there is something that the algorithm really thinks that you like when you don't. And then once you've got your page looking vaguely clean, what you want to do is you want to start just going to your favorite channels, the channels that you want to most be recommended, and watching some of their content. One of the fastest ways to get your recommendations to change on YouTube is to binge watch a particular channel, because then YouTube will say, hey, this person really likes this channel and related content, so we're going to recommend them that. Do both of those things and you should have a relatively clean feed. Now, I want to add a bit of a but to this, because there is a bit of a problem with this. The fact is, a lot of us have varied interests. You might like gaming videos, you might like music videos, you might like ASMR videos, you might like cooking videos. And if you like all of these different things, what is going to happen? What is the algorithm going to do? Well, what it's going to do is it's going to tune your recommendations to what you've most been watching recently. So let's say you go on a binge of gaming videos and you just watch gaming videos all week long. You're not going to see many cooking videos and so on in your recommendations anymore, even though you might want to. So a little recommendation I have for you there, if you do have some very different subjects that you like to watch videos on, is to actually create separate channels and watch those videos there. So for example, when I'm trying to be productive, I don't want to be distracted by gaming videos, stuff like that. And so I have one channel where I watch gaming videos, entertainment, stuff like that. And then I have this channel, Tipharot, where I watch self-improvement videos. I watch fitness videos. I watch videos about finances. I watch videos about growing my YouTube channel, stuff like that. Because it is all useful information for when I'm in a productive mode. And so when I'm in a productive mode, I switch to this channel. I don't watch any entertainment related stuff. And then when I want to just relax and be entertained, I go back to my other channel. As a result, each channel has vastly different recommended feeds for me. The Tipharot channel gives me self-improvement videos, and the other channel gives me gaming and entertainment videos. So if you combine this with what I said about getting rid of the videos that you don't like to see and also binge watching the channels that you do want to see, then this will lead to you mostly being given pretty good recommendations. The system isn't that bad if you know how to work it. And once you've got it reasonably clean, it's a lot easier to keep clean than when it's a complete mess and you're trying to clean it up for the first time. A bit like any mess in real life, really. The next one is the trending page. This is one of those things that there is so much confusion about that I see talked about all the time, and I was confused about it originally as well. So when you think of the trending page, what do you think the trending page is for? If you answered that it's for videos that are doing really well right now, really popular videos, then you answered wrong. That is not what the trending page is for. The trending page can almost be thought of as like a current events page. It's meant to be for, current news events. It's meant to be for things that are perhaps going viral on other websites, which is a big part of it. Trending really looks at things that are going on other websites. So, a video that's doing really, really well on YouTube, but is not really being shared elsewhere is unlikely to make it to trending. Whereas a video that is going all over these news articles, all over Facebook, all over Twitter and so on, if it's going viral all over all these other sites, there's a good chance that it'll end up on the trending page. The next kind of misconception about the trending page is that it's hand curated by YouTube, like they hand pick all the videos that go there. No, it's definitely not. And if you've actually looked at the trending page, more than a handful of times, you would probably realize this already, because there are a good amount of like scam and, videos that are just rubbish, some video with like 5 views on a shaky camera phone that's just, some weird staticky sound and then nothing else. Like videos like that will sometimes make it onto the trending page. It is an algorithm once again, like the rest, but there is a reason that you do see some channels come up there more easily than others. In particular, you see news channels appear there more often than others. And that is because the trending page, like I said, is partly trying to be a current events page. So it does weight news things as higher than just regular videos. So if, a news channel puts out a video, there is a chance that this could be some breaking important news. And so it's more likely to trend than, your average Joe making a video doing a cover of some song or something. Another reason that certain channels like that are likely to do especially well is because of the fact that YouTube is checking sites like, say, news websites to see if they are linking to videos and thinking that, hey, this might be newsworthy. And obviously, if a news website is posting videos on YouTube, they probably link to those videos from their website as well. So that then tells the algorithm, oh, this might be newsworthy. So they're kind of, in a way, gaming the system a little bit. Anyway, I was going to cover more in this video, but I feel like I've rambled on quite a bit for just a handful of things, or not even that. I think it was like 3 things I talked about in this video. So I'm going to cut the video short here. I hope you enjoyed. Now, before you go, I do want to talk about something else YouTube related actually, and that is that you should enable notifications on my videos. The way that the homepage, the subscription feed works is it gives you videos that it thinks that you're gonna want to watch. And as we know, it's not always right. So if it doesn't think that you're gonna like my latest video, it is not gonna show it on your feed. So you basically aren't going to see that video unless you manually navigate to my channel and look for it. So that is one thing you can do. If you want, you can just check my channel every so often and see if I've put anything new out, but that can be tedious. And one way to avoid having to do that is to click the bell icon below my video, enable notifications, and then it should notify you every time one of my videos comes out. So with that out of the way, if you do want to stay up to date, subscribe, but also enable notifications. If you want to keep watching, check out one of my videos. And before we go, thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters. And if you want to support the channel yourself, check out my Patreon page.